So, Niall,
Ryan.
there's a movie coming out pretty soon that you may have heard of. Something called Star Wars.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of it. You've heard of Star Wars. I'm surprised.
I've heard of Star Wars. I know it's a little indie movie, but
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, well, there's a new one coming out, so we're doing Star Wars Week here on Chooch, and I don't know where this is falling in the release chronology, but this is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for the N64. So,
One of the best Star Wars games ever made,
Oh, yeah.
for my money.
absolutely. I played this on PC when I was a kid, and I remember really enjoying it. So, our first question: what's our racer name? What's our initials?
Wait, how many do we have? 3?
3. You know it.
Hmm.
Here, I've got one.
You got one?
Yeah, I do.
Duck. Okay, sure.
I don't know. Alright, we've got a few people we can play as. We've got good old Annie Skywalker, Ebe Indocott, Dud Bolt.
Dud Bolt.
I had a figure of Dud Bolt, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
They made
yeah.
Dud Bolt figures.
They made figures of fucking everything in Star Wars. I also had a Gasgano figure. I did
Jesus.
not have an Ellen Mock figure. Or I may have had an Odie Mandrel figure. Odie Mandrel, Price is Right.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. Sure. I'm hoping Howie Mandel's on Price is Right, but I could be totally wrong. All right, so
I don't know.
yeah, who are we gonna go with here, Niall?
Is that everyone? No
Yeah,
Sebulba?
There's only a few racers. I mean, maybe we can unlock the other ones, but this
Yeah,
is all we have
I guess
right
you must.
now.
I remember there being more.
Yeah.
Let's. God, they all have really bad stats except for Anakin.
Yeah.
Although,
I mean, why don't we just go with the fastest one?
let's go with
Okay, that's gonna be, I think, this guy.
Yeah,
will
looks like
be,
it.
So,
And Anakin's
all right,
up, so,
yeah.
so.
So we've got Bunta Training Course, Sunken City, the fucking Executioner,
Oh yeah.
and that's it. So why don't we just go through one by one on here? So
Sure,
we'll start
let's
with
do
Bunta
this.
Training Course. We can inspect our vehicle. I don't really know. Okay, I guess we can just look at the model. We've got a nice like shark fin on the front. I can zoom in and out. Or wait, hold on. Oh shit, that's the wrong button. Okay, hold on. I have the controls mapped differently on here. I think that's the. There we go. All right, that's that
There we
stick.
are.
Yeah. So we're looking pretty good. There's our guy. He's got like I don't really know. He's like.
Yeah, he
I'm not
looks
sure.
kinda.
Does he have a face? He's got like this weird skull face thing going.
I think it's a mask.
A mask,
It's gotta be
yeah.
a mask.
Probably. He's got like the digigrade legs where he's like. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Wait, change this.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
hold on.
didn't,
We can focus. We can focus on our dude. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Just pull right on in there.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, baby.
Yeah. That's good. That's real good.
oh god.
Eve Indocott. Great. Everyone's favorite fucking Star Wars character.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, I can't zoom.
Well, he's
out.
my second favorite. He's right behind Jar Jar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Except I don't think Eve Indocott has fan art of him licking Darth Maul's ass. So
Thankfully
Alright.
not.
junkyard. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's Watto.
I think that's where. Is this where you buy extra parts?
I guess so. I don't think
Or
I have
maybe-
enough. I don't
yeah.
have enough money to buy anything though.
Yeah.
Watto's talking, and it's really compressed and horrible because this isn't a 64 game. All right, I'm just. Why don't we just go ahead and start the race? I don't
Yeah,
really care.
let's
too much
race.
about this, yeah. Ah yes, I remember this. The best scene in episode
Memories.
1. Yeah. Memories of this game and of this movie.
Memories of being a very disappointed, like 9-year-old in a
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah.
Just like, wow, this is bad.
All right, so Bulba is unsurprisingly the record holder for this track, and this is basically it. You just hold down, accelerate, and you just go.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a pretty
You try not
pretty
to blow up.
yeah, it's a pretty basic racing game, and I'm in first, so it's smooth sailing. So Niall, you're not a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, you've seen the movies, right?
I've seen the movies. I saw the original 3 as a kid, and then I saw the new trilogy as it was coming out. But like, I'm not a big Star Wars guy. Like, I haven't watched. I haven't gone back and watched the originals or.
Oh,
you know.
fuck! There we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I was raised in a Star Wars household, like I was telling you earlier, and I'm kind of a big Star Wars fan. I mean, I don't like to brag or anything. I don't know. I don't know all like the extended universe shit. Like, I don't know all the trivia stuff and all that. But I've seen the movies plenty of times. But I figured since you're not too familiar with Star Wars, or at least not familiar with anything outside the movies, that I could throw some trivia questions by you.
Oh, great!
I've got about 7 of them lined up here, and if I think of any more, I'll add them in. So I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna get all these wrong.
Nah, yeah, you might. You could get some right.
I would.
They're all.
So.
I put them all in true or false format, but I could shake it up a bit if you'd like me to. Any preferences?
Let's go with true or false, and
True or
get
false?
a couple right.
Okay,
just,
alright.
just by like odds.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, hold on. I need to focus for a second here. I've got this. Oh,
This is the
oh
hard part.
shit! This control's so bad. I mean, not badly, but it's not really that fluid. Maybe I need a Podracer with a better turning factor. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right.
I remember it being very floaty to control.
It is a little floaty. So I'll just go ahead and get started here and try to read off these note cards while I'm also driving a Podracer. New lap record. Okay, so first question, true or false? Tupac auditioned for the role of Mace Windu. True or false?
I'm gonna say that's false. He would have been dead by then, right?
He would have well, Mace Windu was in episode 1. I don't remember when Tupac died, but is false your final answer?
Yeah, I mean Tupac was well dead by then, surely. Unless they were casting like 5 years before that thing came out.
Well, since I don't know when Tupac died, I can't debate this or not, but apparently that's true.
Wow.
So,
they must have been
yeah.
They must have been planning for years.
When did Tupac die? What was the year on that?
I think it was 1995.
Really?
I want to say. I don't know. Hang on, let me check. I don't know a ton about rap music either. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing I looked up said it was
1996.
True. Maybe I'm just maybe I read the wrong thing. So maybe I have been the one who's been fooled on this question. But anyway, I won the race, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
See what we won. Got any sweet cash? I don't know. We beat Sebulba by like.
Wow.
Yeah, we won 1,200 trugets.
Trugets.
Someone in the back is like making these weird grunting noises. They're like, hey, hoop, hey, hey, hoop, oh. Like, okay, great. So now we can go back and buy some more parts for our speeder. We'll go ahead and do like the first 2 tracks on each thing or something. I don't know. I don't really have any set like agenda for this.
Okay.
Oh, welcome to Wattos. Yeah, great fucking Watto.
Is it the actual voice actor?
It sounds like it is, yeah. Or they got someone who's very, very good at it. And like I said, this is an N64 game, so you know.
So it's compressed to hell. So
yeah. Let's get pair acceleration.
Yeah.
I think that cost all of our money to get that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You're broke.
Yeah, I'm broke like a joke. But yeah, Tupac, Mace Windu, maybe not. Okay, next question. Maybe you can guess this one. True or false? When episode 1 was shipped out to theaters, it was shipped under the name Cue Ball. True or false?
I feel like that's probably true.
True? Is that your answer?
Yeah, I feel like they would have been like, oh, you can't let anyone steal this because it's the biggest thing ever. You gotta put a fake name on it.
All right. Well, that was sort of a trick question. That's half true, half false because episode 1 was shipped under the name Dollhouse. Episode 2 was shipped under the name Cue Ball, and then episode 3 was under The Bridge. So maybe because it was the bridge between. Oh, geez, this is a really short course. I'm lapping people, but yeah, fun facts about Star Wars film things. I guess when they still made movies on film. So
yeah, I feel like I heard that story before somewhere.
Maybe
too. I don't know.
I know when they were filming Return of the Jedi, I think it was under the name Blue Harvest, like the fake name, but they said it was like a horror film, and it had like a tagline and everything, but I don't remember what the tagline was. So, fun facts. All right, we just won another race, really fast. New lap record, great. All right, so. Now that I've got past those two, I'm getting into the more ridiculous Star Wars questions here. Hold on, there's playing very triumphant music. I don't know what's happening. I think I unlocked this character.
Oh, I think, yeah, you must have.
Yeah. Let me see. Come on. Nope, maybe not. Oh yeah, duck. Wait. Great. I think that's Watto? I don't know. It's weird. Why is Anakin not racing? Maybe you're supposed to play as Anakin. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Beato's Wild Ride. Fucking fantastic. All right. We'll do this one, and then maybe we'll go on to the next one. But then again, you know, these races aren't that long.
They're not very long. No. Yeah.
Vehicle upgrades. No, that's not what I want. I want to buy parts. All right. So, true or false? This thrust coil. Wow, that's a lot of thrust. Okay. Anyway. True or false? The Emperor's real name in Star Wars, like Palpatine, his first name is Sheev Palpatine. True or false?
I'm gonna say that's false.
All right.
I feel like.
What's your reasoning? I want to hear your reasoning behind all these.
I've heard Palpatine's first name before. I feel like, and I don't feel like it was Sheev.
It's fucking Sheev. All right. Well, that's true. His first name is Sheev Palpatine.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, that's spelled Sheev. So there you go. Fucking Sheev ass Palpatine. You learn something new every day. Alright, next question.
Learning a lot today.
Yeah, you absolutely are. Okay, true or false? In the Star Wars Extended Universe, Luke has an evil clone named Luke, with 2 U's. True or false?
That's gotta be false, right? Like... You know what? No, I'm gonna say that's true. I'm gonna say that.
You're right.
That's true because the extended universe.
It is absolutely true. The naming canon of the extended universe is that anyone who's a clone has 2 U's in their name because apparently if you're a clone, oh man, I'm getting boned. I can't turn. I'm like losing control, but okay, there we go. If you're a clone, then apparently you pronounce U's differently than regular people. So
you elongate them or something.
Yeah, so all the clones in the extended universe, if they have a U in their name, they're like 2 U's.
Luke.
Yeah, the extended universe is fucking dumb as shit, and like like I said, there's a lot of good stuff in there, but there's just as much bad stuff too. And
Yeah, the extended universe stuff, like it always just sounded insane to me.
Yeah,
like a lot of
one of the discussions we had on the Skype call before, not you and I, but us on the Chooch staff, was the sheer amount of clones that Palpatine has in the extended universe. Like, since no one involved in the extended universe apparently knew how to actually write a story, half the conflicts revolve around Palpatine clones that are just, like, apparently badder than the original Palpatine. And it's like, great, thanks. And every, pretty much every, like, iteration of a story has, like, something that's basically exactly the same as the Death Star, but it's just called something different. Like, oh, it's not the Death Star, it's the Planet Crusher. Or, oh, it's not the Death Star, it's like the Sun Killer or something, but it's literally the exact
Sun Killer.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there we go.
What did you crash into there?
There was a ledge, like a little jump thing, and I missed it.
Okay.
And I just, like, plummeted down. But yeah, like, half the extended universe stuff is, like, just super weapons that are basically, Jesus, like, the same as the Death Star, except slightly bigger and with a different name. So, yeah, the extended universe is real great. I'm real happy that it's there, that it has such quality material. So,
yeah, and none of it is canon anymore.
Nope, not a single bit. I mean, some of it, like, you know, like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that's good. Like, I kind of wish that was still like in the canon. But then there's shit like, you know, Sheev Palpatine and 5 billion Emperor clones and Luke. Oh, and I didn't mention. Luke is a clone made from Luke's severed hand that he cuts off on Bespin in Episode 5, so it's basically like a Metal Gear kind of thing, but not exactly.
Great. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
You know, solid Luke, liquid Luke, that kind of thing. But yeah, anyway. Next... Oh, I wasn't even paying attention because I was reading the next question. Next question.
You're still in first.
Yeah, you may or may not know this one because it's pretty infamous in the Star Wars canon. True or false? The genre of music that the Cantina band plays in Episode 4 is known as jizz. True or false?
That's true.
That's absolutely true.
That's true, yeah.
That is 100% true, and I hate it. It's horrible.
It's so... I don't remember where I heard it, but I think there was some podcast I was listening to recently, and they were talking about it, and they spent like 10 minutes just talking about jizz.
Yeah, like, it was only mentioned once in, like, one novel that was published maybe, like, after Return of the Jedi, but, like... Because it was mentioned in that novel, it's canon. You know, it's a Star Wars novel. That means it's like part of the canon, and it's like great. So, I don't know. I wonder if jizz is going to be canon in the Force Awakens reboot. Just there's a band in, I was gonna say in game, in the universe, that's called, like, oh fuck, we were talking about it on the Skype call, like Or Rebo in his Galactic Jizz Whalers or something like that.
Oh.
and the name of one of the instruments that you play is a jizz box. So yeah.
Jizz box.
Yeah, jizz box. I am being 100% serious about
Oh,
jizz.
that's so gross.
Yeah. All right, so speaking of music,
okay.
This is the last question I managed to pull up before we started recording the video, or starting to record the video anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so you may or may not have heard of the Star Wars Christmas special, which
I've heard
is
of it.
Pretty infamous in its own right. But have you heard of the Star Wars Christmas album?
No.
You haven't.
This is new to me.
This is new
I
to
haven't.
you. Okay. Alright, so my are we okay, so it just goes through these automatically?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the amateur pod racing circuit, and this is the
Yeah.
semi-pro. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention to this. So you haven't heard of the Star Wars Christmas album, and that's fine. That's okay. But here's my question, and I want to know if you can answer it or not. This isn't going to be true or false.
Okay.
This is going to be just a straight up question.
Whew.
All right. So here we go. What musician got their start on the track "We Wish You"? Or, no, okay, hold on. I fucked it up. Let me start over. Okay, what musician got their like entry to the music industry on the track from the Star Wars Christmas album R2-D2? We Wish You a Merry Christmas. What musician? I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's butt rock. It's they have a song or songs that you may have heard. I hope I'm not fucking this up. But it's a song about being how can I say this? It's a song about being wanted. And you're wanted one way or another. One way is alive, or one way is dead. So,
Are you making allusions to John Bon Jovi?
I might be. Is that your answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
John. Okay. There's trivia behind it too. So John Bon Jovi got his musical career started with the song R2-D2 We Wish You a Merry Christmas from the Star Wars Christmas album, and he recorded it under his real name, which, in case you didn't know, is John Bongiovi. John Bongiovi. Yep.
Jesus, I gotta go listen to this track as soon as we're done.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. Another fun fact. Oh, Jesus. It was just like a door, but another fun fact about the Star Wars Christmas album is the song "What Can You Get a Wookiee for Christmas When He Already Has a Comb?" That song reached number 69 on the Billboard Top 100 in 1980.
No.
Yep. Absolutely. So there you go. Some fucking Star Wars trivia coming at you. Speaking of
I can't get over the Bon Jovi thing.
John Bongiovi.
Oh my god.
Yep.
John Bongiovi.
I need to see if I can find this album like on vinyl or something, but I'm sure it goes for like $500 or more on like collector's markets. I'm sure it's like super
be
expensive. Yeah. I need to at least get like a bootleg DVD of the Christmas special because I've seen it, but I don't own it, and that's something I feel like compelled to own.
Yeah, it's floating around if you know where to look for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, even on
I've always wanted to watch it, but I just
you've never seen it. You've never seen the Star Wars Holiday Special.
I've heard about it. I kind of know some of what happens in it.
It's
I've never actually seen it.
As bad as people make it out to be. So it's not a good time. I mean, it is a good time if you like bad shit, but it's not a good time. You know.
It barely even sounds like it's a movie, really. Like,
yeah, it's what it is it's like there's the Wookiees, and they're waiting for Chewbacca to get back for Life Day or whatever the fuck. Yeah, and it's basically just like a big like variety show kind of thing of like all these different artists that were popular at the time. Yeah. And there's this weird part where like the dad Wookiee has like virtual sex with like some singer. Like, I mean, that's not what it is. That's not what it is, but it's what it feels like, and it's just really uncomfortable. Like he's making all these weird noises while watching the singer perform.
While jizz music plays.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's bad. It's real bad. And I feel like there's another genre in the Star Wars universe that obviously it's not jizz, but it's something that's like similar. It's called like guck or like guzz or like like that can't be right. I don't think that's right, but it's that same kind of like dumbass like non-word bullshit and it just sounds gross.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, I just blew up. Oh, damn. I was down to one of my engines and I thought I could make it, but I guess not. Yeah, I remember this being a lot more difficult when I was like 5 years old. So
yeah, like this, like you're barely even seeing any other racers unless you're lapping them. Like I don't recall any point where you haven't been in first in this whole.
I mean, this is the amateur the amateur cup or whatever. I guess. So maybe after I finish this, we'll try like 1 or 2 from the pro and just see if I get my ass handed to me or not. We've got to win the amateur cup though first. We've got like 2 more races, I think. So yeah, any Star Wars trivia you want to impart on me, or any Star Wars questions you want to ask that I can field maybe?
Ooh, trivia. I know so little about it that you just know anything that I already knew. Yeah. Questions.
Yeah, hit me with some questions.
Mm-hmm. Questions. Well, I mean, you've never, because we were talking about it a little bit earlier. You've never seen the Ewoks movies.
Oh yeah,
right?
That's right. That's something you can talk about. I've never watched the Ewok movies, but you've seen at least one of them, from what I understand.
I've seen the second one, and it's like pretty amazing. The because like the first one had 2 little kids in it, but one of them was like around maybe 13, 14, I want to say. Mm-hmm. So by the time they were filming the sequel, he was like hitting puberty and his voice was breaking and he looked just like awkward. So they decided to kill him off. So he just gets blown the fuck up by the bad guys in like the first 5 minutes. Their parents both get blown up in explosions like super quickly. So you're just left with this like little girl. And with Wicket, I forget the actor's name who plays Wicket.
Warwick Davis.
I can never think. Warwick Davis. That's right. Yeah. So the 2 of them, and they're like wandering around the forest alone, and they've come across this cabin in which Wilford Brimley fucking lives and has this weird rabbit sex slave thing that he makes cook and clean and everything. It's fucking crazy. It's great. Like that movie is good just because like Wilford Brimley is just chewing scenery, just yelling at children and just
sounds incredible.
Kicks her out into the fucking woods and then she by herself to die, and then like he sees her making a fire in the forest, and he comes out and he's just screaming, and he puts out the fire because she's going to attract attention or burn the forest down or something. And it's just it's crazy. It's a wonderful film.
Yeah,
everyone should see that.
Sounds great. All right, have you ever seen any of the animated Ewok stuff?
No, I haven't.
No, me neither.
The only reason I sought out the one I've seen is because I heard about it on a Bad Movie podcast, and I was like, "This is amazing." So I had to.
And it was, I guess.
It was. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's maybe the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I'd believe that. Better than the prequels.
Well, that wouldn't be hard, but I mean.
You know, when you rank Star Wars movies, it's like Empire Strikes Back at the top, and then the Ewoks movie, and then everything else below it.
Yeah.
Or like
Ewoks Battle for Endor.
Yeah. And then... Oh, I remember this map. Like Empire Strikes Back, Ewoks Battle for Endor, New Hope, and then the Christmas special, and then Return of the Jedi, and then like the animated Ewoks movies, and then the prequels. So.
Which of the prequels is your least favorite?
2.
2?
2.
Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, I say 2, but it's been so long since I've watched them. I might hate... Oh, I remember this. I could never get past that jump when I played this when I was a kid. Okay, I can pull up and like do a jump, alright. Like, if I watched them again recently, because it's been like maybe like a year or so since I've watched them, I might hate Phantom Menace more than Attack of the Clones. But Attack of the Clones always just rubbed me the wrong way because it's just like people in hallways talking about bullshit, and like there's a really cool fight scene, and Christopher Lee as Count Dooku is incredible. But like other
Yeah.
than that, it's just boring. It's just so boring. It's like the problem with Attack of the Clones, and like as much as I hate to get into like serious Star Wars criticism, because I typically don't try to take those movies that seriously. The problem with Attack of the Clones is the whole point of that movie is that it's supposed to like set up him and Padme's relationship. So you're like, oh, so this is why he turns evil, because, you know, he loves her so much, and like, you know, like, oh, I get why he wants to save her. But then you watch that movie and it's like they're out there fucking around the field, like they can't act, and it's just like all this horrible bullshit, and it's like I don't want this. And and then there's the whole thing about, you know, like the Trade Federation and that kind of thing. You know, that's in the first movie too. It's in Phantom Menace. But like it's such like a focal point of episode 2, and it's just like, this is so unnecessary. Like, you've got this whole cool thing with like this clone army and like Jango Fett and like, you know, Anakin turning evil, and you waste it with like people talking about bullshit and like talking about sand. And I don't know, if I, like I said, if I watch them again, I might hate one more. But I don't know. Have you, this kind of leads me into another thing I can talk about. Do you know, have you ever heard about, like, the big alternative viewing order to watch Star Wars in? It's called the Machete Order, and it's, like, kind of a thing, I guess? Do you
No, I haven't.
Alright, so
no,
what it is, so, like, the problem with watching Star Wars in either order, whether you watch the original 3 first, or the prequels first, it like spoils, like either way you get something spoiled. Like, spoiler alert for Star Wars, I guess. Why are you watching this video? But
those old movies.
yeah, like if you watch the prequels first, you know, you get spoiled on the reveal in episode 5 that like Vader is Luke's father. And if you watch the originals first, you get spoiled on like the whole Palpatine thing. Like, you know, he becomes the Emperor when that's like such a big part of those prequels. But there's this viewing order called the Machete Order. I don't remember why it's called that. But you watch them in the order of 4, then 5, 2, 3, and then 6. And you can leave out 1 entirely. And the reason for that is like, when you watch them in that order, you know, you get the 4th and 5th one, which are like 2 of the best. And then on 5, I keep wanting to say 3. On 5, it ends with like the double ending, like, oh no, like Luke's in danger, like Vader's his father, like how are they gonna get out of this one? And then it's like, well, Vader's his father, so here's 2 and 3, so there's like 2 movies like proving it that, you know, he's Luke's father. And then you come back and you get episode 6, so you get 2 movies of Luke, 2 movies of Anakin, and then 1 movie that like wraps up both the plot lines at once, which is 6. And you leave out 1 entirely because I never realized this, but it kind of drew my attention to it. If you watch 1, all of the important plot points of that movie are either restated in 2, or they just become completely irrelevant. And everyone who's important in that movie either shows back up in 2 or is dead by the end of 1 and is like not relevant at all. Like Qui-Gon.
Yeah, because like,
you know, Jar Jar's in. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I may have gotten turned around.
Yeah, Jar Jar's important.
Yeah, he's real important. Like, the thing about Jar Jar is that after 1, he's like in 2 for like 3 seconds, and then he's never seen again. And apparently the other thing about that viewing order is that if you don't watch 1, it removes any references to like midi-chlorians or whatever. So if you get
does it?
Yeah, if you get your panties in a bunch about that, it's like, well, you don't have to deal with that anymore, because like they mention it in 2, but they don't say like what it is. Like, they just say, oh, it's the midi-chlorians. It can mean, like, you know, like DNA or, like, just some bullshit like that. But, oh, shit, this is bad. Wow.
Yeah, it was really, like, egregious in episode 1.
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
like, constant.
Because the thing...
midi-chlorians.
Yeah, the thing about, like, the original Star Wars is it's, like, oh, you know, like anyone can like use the Force. It's like kind of like a religion kind of thing. It's like, oh, if you like try hard to believe in yourself, like you can have the potential to like use the Force and that kind of stuff. And it's like cool because it's like, hey, I could be like a Jedi or whatever. But then you get. I may be stealing that from Michael. Actually, he may have brought that point up, but then you get into the midi-chlorians, it's like, no, I guess your genes, like, you gotta have the right genes.
Yeah, you're just naturally predisposed to it or you're not. Like, yeah.
I don't want to take all the good Star Wars conversation, because we still got 5 more videos for Star Wars Week, and I'm sure Michael's gonna talk about
he knows a fair bit about Star Wars.
He's a pretty big Star Wars fan.
From what I gather, John knows a little bit, but it's mostly about horror in Terrace Kasi.
Fuck yeah. I don't know how I got into this, but like I'm in a video with everyone for this week except Michael. So like, I'm doing one with you, and then with John, then with Kay, and it's like, well, guess I'm in 3 of our 5 Star Wars videos on accident, but you know, I like
Resident
Star
Wars expert.
I guess I just fucking like Star Wars. I mean, hey, I played Battlefront, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about. While you were explaining the machete order there, something kind of came into my mind that I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, go ahead.
I assume you've seen the theory that's been going around.
Oh yeah,
the internet in the last month or two about Jar Jar.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think
Jar Jar.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny how much, like, you know, quote-unquote evidence there is to support it by, like, accident, or, you know, if you're a believer, by purpose. But, but what's really funny to me is that for the first time in history, there will be people who will be disappointed if Jar Jar is not in a Star Wars film. That's the worst. It's so bad.
I kind of hope it's right though. Like, I kind of hope somebody stumbled onto something.
It would be. I would die if it was right. Like, my existence would be validated forever. Like, I would be so happy, but I can't see that ever. Like coming to fruition. And like it's like such it's the problem with it is that the quote evidence is like so close, like, to being real. Like, you can say it's coincidental, but like it's like so the pieces fit into place so perfectly, and it's awful. Like, you know, like they're like, oh, the guy who Andy Serkis is playing, like, he's too tall and he's such an alien that he can't be conveyed with like human physicality, and it's like it's like the same height as Jar Jar, and it's like all this bullshit like that. And I mean, like, I want to believe, like, it's so dumb, and I'd love to like just wholeheartedly believe it, but there's no way. There's no fucking way.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen. But just like, God, somebody spent so much time just examining all this like just useless background shit. Like, oh look, this one droid like looks in this one direction that implies that Jar Jar leaped across this building or something.
Yeah,
like,
and then like it's like, oh, he when he like mouths the words that they're saying, and they're like, that's the mind trick. Like, that's like the weirdest one for me. Like, why would they animate him mouthing the words that somebody is saying as they're saying them, and there's like no reason for him to be doing it? Like, that's like the weirdest thing for me. Like, everything else, it's like, oh yeah, it's like coincidental, but every time I think about that, it's kind of like,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. Oh shit. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I'm in third.
Oh no.
Come on, I can do this. I can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, the sarlacc of defeat, if you want to be theme appropriate. But I wonder if Boba Fett's going to show up in Force Awakens. I doubt it, but that'd be cool. I guess his non-death is sort of non-canon because of the whole extended universe thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, first place. Great.
First place.
Yeah, we've got one more in this cup. So come on. Yeah, I don't know if I guess I'm unlocking these people when I complete their stuff.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah.
Like, why else would it show it? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Arc, Bumpy Ruse, Fud Sing,
Ooh.
Bozzy Varanta, Toy Dampener, Slide Paramita. That sounds like a dance. Like do the fucking Slide Paramita. Clegg Holdfast, more like Clegg Hold Slow. This is in this place. Spice Mine Run. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Race 7, Mars Guo. Let me get some parts. And we're gonna fucking go to town. Jeez, look at this top speed upgrade.
Ooh.
I can't afford it.
Can't afford it, yeah.
Air brake. We don't need no brakes. You kidding me?
This is the amateur, you don't need brakes.
Yeah. Turning. Yeah.
Turning.
I need as much turning as possible.
Yeah.
Alright, good. Let's start the race, baby. Here we go. This is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh, that looks great.
Oh, God. And I remember this game being like really nice looking too.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So I mean, so did I. But then again, I was like I said, like 5 years old when I played this. So
yeah, yes.
Yeah. I had it for PC, so maybe it looked a little better on PC, but it wouldn't have been.
It probably
much.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember thinking like, oh god, these graphics are like super realistic, and like now I see this now, and it's like, yep, this is an N64 game. I mean, it looks better than some N64 games, but it still doesn't look great. So
yeah, it still has that like awful N64 draw distance.
Yeah.
Fog. And
I mean,
everything.
at least in Star Wars, it's like, oh, it's the Spice Run, and it's like sandstorms or whatever the hell, but you know.
Yeah.
It's the kryptonite fog of the Star Wars universe. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. At draw distance, and we'll get you. So yeah, what's your? I didn't ask you what's your favorite Star Wars movie or least favorite Star Wars movie. How long has it been since you've seen these movies?
I haven't seen. No, that's not right. I think I might have had Phantom Menace on tape, on videotape, but. God, I probably haven't seen Phantom Menace since just before Attack of the Clones came out.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I probably haven't seen Attack of the Clones or Episode 3 since those came out.
Yeah.
And I think I'd kind of seen the other movies sort of at different parts of my childhood, but I remember not liking Phantom Menace. I remember as a 10-year-old being like, that kind of was really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought Episode 3 was kind of serviceable, like it wasn't great.
Yeah, Episode 3 was
watchable.
Definitely the best of the prequels. Like, I really like Episode 3 just because of General Grievous, even though he doesn't like do a whole lot in that movie. I just like his design, and in the animated series they did for the Clone Wars, not the new one, like the 3D rendered one, but like
the original one.
Yeah, the original 2D one that was by the people who made Samurai Jack or whatever. Like that series is good as hell, and Grievous is great in that. But yeah. Anyway, what were you saying about something? Just
No, I was just saying, like, you know, I think Episode 3 is probably passable. It's probably the best of the new ones. Attack of the Clones was sort of pretty middling, like even even then. I definitely never liked the Phantom Menace. I kind of went to the other ones because Star Wars was a big thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or at least the new trilogy. Like, I went to it because like I kind of felt like, oh, everybody's going to see this, I should go see it.
Yeah.
I think of the original movies, probably Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, that's generally like the consensus, at least as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I should really go back and watch that whole series.
Yeah. You should. You should at least watch
before
the originals again before the new one comes
before
out.
Force Awakens. Yeah.
I should have bought tickets to go see the midnight showing, but I didn't. So.
I still haven't bought tickets to see it.
Yeah. Well, like for you, you're not like super into the movies, but for me, it's like expected.
Yeah.
Like I went to Thanksgiving and my
guess.
aunt was like, "So, did you buy your tickets yet?" And it's like, no. So.
Yeah, like I've been seeing people on like Twitter and stuff talking about like how I'm not gonna go see it until Christmas Day with like my whole family, and okay, like this is gonna be such a huge thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, I really hope it doesn't wind up like Phantom Menace did. I really hope.
I mean, what I'm projecting for this movie is like J.J. Abrams did a good enough job with like at least the first new Star Trek movie.
He did,
and he's had other good films too. So I mean, there's no way in hell it's going to live up to everyone's expectations. Like the expectations are so high for this that I mean, all you can do is like go in and enjoy it. But I'm sure it's at least going to be good. Like it'll be enjoyable. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good movie. Yeah. I just hope that like it doesn't wind up like Phantom Menace, because that's the last thing I want, is to have that movie come out and just have everyone be so bummed out and just sad for like weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it could. I mean, anything could happen, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. So, it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if I told you this, but. My dad's really. I mean, I know I told you my dad's really into Star Wars, but he's also into buying like Star Wars merch. And he did this when Phantom Menace came out too, but when they released all the Force Awakens shit not too long ago, he went out and bought like fucking everything. Like he got like every goddamn figure, like T-shirts, like the little Funko Pop bobbleheads and all that. And I'm like,
jeez.
I hope for his sake that he enjoys this movie. So. Because he did that with Phantom Menace too. Like he went out and bought like a bunch of merch, like when it was released at Walmart at like midnight.
A Jar Jar action.
Yeah. I remember we got like a Phantom Menace jigsaw puzzle for basically as long as I can remember. Because like I said, I was like 5 years old when that movie came out. I have had a like motorized talking Qui-Gon Jinn coin bank. Like
Jesus.
It's this model. It's this little big like not like 12-inch, maybe it is. It's like a 12-inch model of Liam Neeson like holding the lightsaber. And it has a little button on it that says Qui-Gon Jinn, and you press it, and he like moves around on like his little servos or whatever, and like does a quip from like the movie. And I've had this thing like my whole life just on my shelf, just there watching.
Does it measure your midichlorians?
Yeah, I don't know. It might. I've never tried it, but I'm sure if I looked in there, there'd still be a bunch of coins, but I don't know. Fuck, this video is like 50 minutes long.
Yeah, we should end it after this race.
Yeah. I wanted to do like one of the harder races, but I think we've been going for long enough.
Yeah. This is gonna be almost as long as the WWF Attitude video.
Wasn't that one like over an hour, or am I misremembering that?
It was close to an hour, I want to say.
Yeah. I think we had at least one that was like an hour long, but I can't remember. Or maybe the
woodcutter video felt like an hour.
The woodcutter video was only like 33 minutes or so.
Yeah, but it felt like an hour.
Yeah. Jeez. No, have fun. I mean, all things considered, this is a pretty enjoyable game. So.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for an N64 Episode 1 racing game, you could do a lot worse. You could do better, probably. But you could definitely do worse.
It's definitely the best Episode 1 game.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, I don't know if you count Battlefront 2 as like an Episode 1 game or anything like that. But
no, I mean specifically like
a tie-in,
like the video game.
Episode 1. Yeah, I mean this is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. At first I was like, oh, it's like Star Wars Pod Racing. And you're like, no, it's Episode 1 Racer, and I'm like, great. I think it'd be cool if they released a fastest pod racer in the galaxy, you know it. I think it'd be cool if they released like another pod racing game, because I mean, it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
tied into episode 1. It could be like
No.
anything. Or just a Star Wars racing game in general would be cool. Maybe that's something that's
Yeah,
already happened.
that'd-
So, fucking
maybe.
fucking
I mean,
similar.
I know there was Racer Revenge on PS2. So.
Oh yeah, is that one of the ones they're remastering for like the not remastering but
it is.
re-released for the Battlefront thing? Yeah.
For the PS4, yeah.
All right, well, thank
All
you
right.
for watching episode 1 Racer. Thanks for hanging out with me for almost an hour, Niall. It's good
Thanks for having
stuff. Yeah, Duck, Eben Dokot, looking good. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this might be the first Star Wars Week video. It might not be, but whatever it is, be sure to tune in for the rest of Star Wars Week. Niall, what else do we have lined up for Star Wars Week?
I know John is going to be playing Masters of Terra's Kasi.
Yeah, John and I are doing that, I think.
You're doing that with him?
Uh-huh,
Okay,
and then-
'cause I think he was talking about doing it by himself at one point. We've got
I thought he'd want me on. Okay, anyways, yeah, sorry, whatever.
we've got myself and Michael are doing Empire at War.
Kay and I are doing Super Star Wars, and
That's right.
there's one more, but I don't remember what we had lined up.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
All right.
I think it's Rogue Squadron. Is that what it's called?
yeah.
Rogue. something
Rogue
like that, I don't
Squadron,
know.
that sounds right. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Niall, I will see you later.
See ya.
Episode 1. Good times. Great. All right, that was.